to learn about the theory of plate tectonics. Basically, theory of plate tectonics shouldn't be new to you because we've already learned about it. It takes what Alfred Wagner taught us about the theory of continental drift and what we learned about seafloor spreading, and ta-da, puts it together. So theory of continental drift plus seafloor spreading pretty much gives us the theory of plate tectonics. So according to the theory of plate tectonics, the Earth's crust, which we learned about, is broken into pieces called plates. The plates move on the mantle, right here, much like a raft moves or floats in a body of water. The cause of plate tectonics is due to the convection currents within the mantle. The place where two different plates meet, like right here we have a continental plate, and here we have an oceanic plate. The place where they meet is what we call a boundary. So there are three types of boundaries that you're going to be responsible for knowing and understanding. So the three types of boundaries are called divergent, moving apart, convergent, where they move together, and then transform is when the plates actually slide past each other. Okay, so if you take a look at this picture over here, this is just showing world map, and it's showing you the plates that the Earth's crust is broken into. And you can see the arrows. So right here you have two moving away from each other. So what type of boundary would that be? Ding, 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 divergent. Good job, guys, good job. We got another one right here. You can see them moving apart from each other. This is actually where the mid-ocean ridge is located. Seafloor spreading. That remind you of anything we learned about? Hope so. All right, moving forward. First type of boundary. You need to write this down. Convergent boundary, where two plates come together. So at convergent boundaries, you are going to find land features such as mountains, volcanoes, trenches, and subduction zones. You won't find these at every one of them, and we will get more detailed on this in class. But these are features that can be created at convergent boundaries. I do want to touch on what a subduction zone is. When you have two different plates, so right here we have one, and here's one, when they move together, if one plate actually goes under the other one, we call that a subduction zone because it is subducting under the other plate, okay? And more dense will go down, less dense would go up. Next type of boundary, we have divergent. Again, make sure you write this down. Divergent is where two plates pull apart from one another. This should be a good review for you because we learned about this in seafloor spreading. Remember, you have those convection currents within the mantle pulling the plates apart. This can happen in the ocean or it can happen on land. In the ocean, it creates a mid-ocean ridge. On land, it would create what's called a rift valley. All right, last type of plate you need to know about is called transform boundary. This is where two plates slide past each other. Okay, you can think about that song, slide, slide, slippity slide. Y'all might be a little too young for that, but I remember it. I guess that means I'm old. So transform boundary, where two plates slide past each other. You might best know about this out in California. probably where they recorded that song I just sang. Earthquakes. You can go out there and see the San Andreas Fault. These transform boundaries will create a fault line. So these are your 3 types of plate boundaries that you need to know about. Just so you know, different land features result at different boundaries depending on what type of crust is involved. Now, we didn't get too much into that, but we will focus more on that in class. So, what you need to know from today, if you need to go back and review, you need to know about the theory of plate tectonics. You need to be able to describe what convergent, divergent, and transform boundaries are. Good luck!